Hi, lovely. I hope you're well. I wanted to just come on and talk to you on Thoughts Thursday. And I just wanted to report that I think it was on Tuesday, I was having a really down day, very, very down. But I'm up again and I feel excited again. And that is just the journey of being an entrepreneur or being a woman or being a mother. I don't know. It's life. It's up and down, but we expect, I think, for it to be up all the time. And then we question why we're down. And actually in those down days, it's just a time for inner reflection, about being kind to ourselves, about going inside and asking ourselves, like, what's going on? And what I realised was that I haven't been creative since I've got here, since I've moved. I've paid to have this massive craft studio built, which would be the dream of any creative. It's in the most magical of places, and yet I barely go in there, and I'm not being creative. Like, I'm not setting myself creative projects, so that has to change. I think creativity is one of the most incredible, reflective, meditative, enriching experiences that we can do. The other thing I realised is that I'd stopped meditating, and I was meditating every morning and most nights, and I'd stopped. And so the last couple of days I've started again, and immediately I felt an uplift. I felt an uplift in my mood. So whether or not it's connected, but again, I've started looking after myself and doing the things that I know I need to, and I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like meditating. I didn't feel like any of that stuff, but sometimes you have to be stronger than those thoughts, which is my message to you. Like, you have to be stronger than that original, those native thoughts that that bring us down. So instead of me carrying on down that spiral, which I would have done in previous years, I've pulled myself back up really quickly. So the message really is that, firstly, you can't avoid those downward days. You can't avoid it, that we're human, that it's inevitable. It's part of life. It's part of the journey. It's just not a straight line. And secondly, when you notice yourself dipping, check in with yourself and ask what's going on. And try and think about the things that you're not doing, that you're forgetting to do. Also, I'd stopped making my smoothie, so I wasn't having the nutrition. So if you can imagine, I'm here, I'm not looking after myself physically, mentally, I'm not exercising. So it's no wonder that my mental health starts to take a dip. The problem is when we start to go on that dip, if we allow our thoughts to take over, that can take us down into a very dark place very, very quickly, and it's very hard to get out. So when you notice yourself going in that direction, ask yourself what you need and give it to yourself. Life isn't about one foot in front of the other, getting through life, head down, work, ticking off the list, get done. Like, life is about living. And if that means sitting on the sofa and watching a really good, feel-good movie, do it. If it means taking a bath in the middle of the day, no matter how big your to-do list is, do it. If it means going for a walk, if you're stressed out of your head because you've got so much to do and you're like, how can I ever take half an hour out of my day to go for a walk? Do it. Because you will come back so much better. The other thing that I did is I just was sat at home. I couldn't focus on my work. I was going around in circles. So I went out and I had lunch in a cafe with my laptop, and I cleared down. I got so much done. I felt so much better. And that was a big turning point as well this week for me, and I've done it before, and I've talked about it before. But again, you don't feel like going out when you're alone. But I think probably the worst thing in the world is to stay cooped at home for days on end, So I didn't speak to anyone apart from the waitress, and I sat there with my laptop, but I was in other people's company, other people's energy. And we're all energy, it's all energy. And I know that things go a little bit wrong financially for me when I'm feeling on that really low ebb. And this is what I help the women that I work with to try and look at, is if things aren't working or flowing in their business, how can we get their energy flowing? How can we get them in a better place of mental place? Because they are interlinked in ways that we can't even imagine. So I know I've got to take a spoonful of my own medicine, which is really hard to do. It's like, I love looking after other people, but I'm not very good at looking after myself. But I can't help anyone if I'm in this really low ebb and feeling like, where's my value, where's my worth, So, I had a few thoughts like it would just be easier if it just ended. Like, it gets so painful and you get so stuck and you feel so alone, you feel so helpless, and you think, oh, I just want it to end. I just want it all to end. And obviously I don't. I'm here talking to you now and I'm feeling quite excited. So what I have done is I recorded a meditation for my YouTube channel, which I will share on this blog post. I'll embed it down below. And that's really helped me. I've listened to it each day now. So I recorded it on Monday and we're now on Thursday. And I'm starting to get all these ideas again, these amazing ideas which had sort of dried up a little bit, and they're quite big ideas. And that was the purpose of meditation. It's about wealth and looking at where the wealth is in your life and opening your mind up to thinking outside the box a little bit. So feel free to listen. As with all these things, it's not just a one-time thing, so come back and listen to it a few times like I have. And yeah, that's my little message for you really. So if you're in a slump, it's really important to learn to recognize where you are, what you need, and give it to yourself without any guilt. Because let me tell you, the best thing you can do for your family is to be a healthy, vibrant version of yourself. That is the absolute best gift you could ever give your children, is to be this alive, vibrant, happy, joyful woman. And yet we feel that what they need is all the other stuff, which actually makes us the opposite of how we need to be and show up in the world for them. Like, we feel drained, we're haggard, I'm talking experience here, haggard, exhausted, like mentally at full capacity, you're stressed, you're snappy. That's not good for the kids. And yet that's how we are. That's how I am when I'm in my low moods, because I'm up in my head feeling really sorry for myself. I haven't got time to listen to them. I haven't got time to play. We need to just remind ourselves why we're here, like what we're living for. I think society makes us feel that we're here to earn all this money. And I think this is where I've gone wrong since I've moved, is I set myself some really big financial goals because I want us to be financially free. And I'm focusing on that figure. So wherever I'm manifesting this random figure that I've set. It's probably really not in alignment with how I want my life to be. And actually what I want to manifest is financial freedom, and that I don't need to put a figure on it, because that can come in all sorts of ways. Who knows where that's going to come from? But that's my goal, is financial freedom. Freedom in every sense of every word. Not having to go, oh, I turn over this in my business and I've got this much money. Because that's a society goal, so that we can stand up with the others and go, yeah, me too. I've got all of that too. It's irrelevant. It's pointless. What's important is that we're happy. And how many people can say that? How many millionaires? I don't know. But I don't want that massive business that keeps me up at night and keeps me stressed, because I've been there, done that. It's not a good goal to have. Not if you are a mother and you want to really live your life and be there for the kids and travel and experience freedom and just joy in the everyday stuff. While having a sense of achievement, while living your life's purpose. I want all of that. And money's irrelevant. Money is just the tool, the energy which makes all of that happen. And that's where I'm going to start to focus, just on the energy of money, the energy of the flow, the energy of what I want my life to be like, because that's what got me here. And I've lost sight of that since moving. I've become very much focused on the goal. So I think that's another element. So if perhaps you just can't seem to lift yourself, think about what your goal is at the moment. Where are you heading? Is that in alignment? Is there a bigger, like a wider version of that over the top of that? Like how will getting that goal make you feel? And maybe make that feeling as your goal. Yeah, because actually the mechanics of what makes up that thing, the car or the house or the certain amount of money, that's all irrelevant if you're happy. And that actually is in the meditation that I just recorded. Like, it's about, once you've got that money, it's about the happiness. The happiness is your goal. Happiness and the way you want to feel should be your goal. And that's what I've lost sight of. And the meditation is really helping me bring myself back to earth and think, I don't care how much is in my bank, as long as I'm secure and I'm happy. So I want financial freedom, and I want freedom from everything. And I think that's the key, is freedom for me, and having a massive turnover, which is what I've set myself since I've moved, which is just, I think, bent me all out of shape, because again, I'm going back into what society expect of me, to earn this money, and that I'm only successful if I'm earning this money, and I'm only successful if my business is doing this. It's bollocks. I'm successful if I'm living a completely free and happy life, and I'm living it my way. That's what success is to me, that I'm free and I'm happy and I'm enjoying my kids, and I'm looking after myself, and I've got money flowing in. I've got enough money flowing in to live a really great life, and to go out and eat and have holidays. I don't need more than that. I don't need buckets of money. Money's an energy, it flows. So I think I've touched on many things there. Obviously it needed to come out, but my main message for today, because I'll try and wrap up, because I try and keep these short, is to lean in to that feeling. Don't beat yourself up. Don't go like I did, here I am again, I'm feeling really like I just want it all to end. I can't go on another day. I don't, it's all helpless, hopeless. Lean into that. Look in it. Ask yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You're human. There's gifts within that darkness. That darkness is telling you something. It's showing you something. So listen. Ask yourself what you've stopped doing. What do you normally do when you're happy? And make yourself do it. And start, and meditate. Honestly, if you don't meditate, please get into it. Honestly, it's life-changing. So, sending you loads and loads of love, lovely, whether you are up or whether you're down, because at one day you'll be up and one day you'll be down if you're anything like me, because we're human, and it's hormones, and it's everything else. It's life, it's motherhood, it's just life, isn't it, basically? And we're human. So, lots and lots of love. I will stop rambling, and I'm wishing you a very, very happy day. Bye for now.